Hello there and welcome back for video number 4, which is in our Pandas training series, which is extracting the rows from a data frame. In video 3, we looked at extracting specific columns called series. Now we're extracting rows. So what I've done again is I've got my import for Pandas. I've got my data frame imported from my CSV file, which is in the directory of my Python files. And then I've got my print statement, which basically shows me that I can bring in all the data from the CSV file. Now, what I need to do next is look at the data. So what I want is to extract specific rows from the data. And let's say we wanted all of the people that were older than 35. So this person here is older than 35. Not older, not older, not older. This person here is older than 35, and it goes on. This person's older than 35, etc. So how do we do that? How do we get the specific row? Well, I make a new data frame. So I'll say above 35 data frame, and that's going to get the value from the master data frame, which is Titanic, and it's going to have Titanic in there. Now I need to specify which series I want to test the data from. Titanic, and I'll say in there I want the age column where the age outside the square brackets is greater than 35. So here what I'll say is take all the rows from the data frame where the Titanic column age, the cell is greater than 35. Then we need to print out the new data frame. I'll just print the head and then let's have a look at that. So we can see here I've got passenger ID 2, 7, 12, 14 and 16. And if we bring up our spreadsheet in here, we can see, without doing that, let me move these over so you can see. We can see here that passenger 2, ID of 2, is greater than 35. What about 6? 6. Uh-oh. Interesting. Oh, sorry, passenger ID 7, what am I on about? 7 is 54, 12, this person is 58, and 14, that person is, greater than 35. Yeah, okay, good. So that looks like it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Now, what if you wanted to see how many rows satisfy the condition? Well, you could print them out like that. Okay, if you printed out Titanic, you just put the age in there with a capital A for the column header, age, and you said greater than 35. What you would actually see, if I just leave that now and show you that, what you'll see is you should see true and false, because it's logic condition. Yeah, there you go. So it'll say row 0 is false, row 1 is true, row 2 is false, row 3 is false, blah, 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 blah. Now, we want to count all them up. So I'll say, so in my previous data frame above 35 DF, what if I looked at the shape of that? Okay, remember shape from the last video? It tells you how many rows and how many columns you have that have met that condition. So the above 35 is all the rows extracted. So it says there, I've got 217 rows that match my condition, and I've got 12 columns. Well, it turns out that I have 12 columns anyway. So I'm not extracting columns here, I'm just extracting rows. So there's my 12, and it's taken 271 of these rows that have matched the condition, which is great. So there we go, I know how many now. Now what if I wanted a different condition that looks between ranges? So let's look at this now. What if, right, let's choose something like the class of the person. So this is cabin classes. What if I wanted those between 2 and 3? So basically get rid of all the ones out of there. So I want a range condition here. So what about all the passengers from cabin 2 and cabin 3? So here's my data frame, class 2 _ 3 _ DF. So new data frame from the master data frame, Titanic, square brackets. Now, I'm going to need my condition in here. So this is condition 1. So that's my cabin series. So that's the column. And it's where that column equals 2. Close my brackets. So you see the brackets that are highlighted? That's condition 1. Now you may have not seen that little symbol before. That is called a pipe. And a pipe is basically an OR condition. Then what I'll do is this is my second condition. And I say Titanic, open brackets, P class, same thing, equals 3 this time. Close the brackets. Okay, so look at the outer brackets here. So it's saying select all the rows where the Titanic class of the cabin is 2 or the class of the cabin is 3. Once we've done that, let's output it. We output that, have a look. And it says there we've got 5 rows because it's the head, isn't it? And 12 columns. And you can see passenger ID 13568. 13568. So 1, 3, 5, 6, and 8. Yeah, it skipped the cabin 1, it skipped cabin 1, it skipped cabin 1. Perfect. Looks good to me. Now, what about, let's have a look at the data again. What else can I show you that's interesting? Okay, so you see, like here, where you've got blank cabins, or blank cabin numbers, or where you've got the age, that's blank in here, for example. Let's see if we can get all the cabins that are not blank. So what I'll do, I'll back over here. So we want to work with the passenger data where we know the cabin number. So basically no blanks in the cabin number. Quite a long name, isn't it? Titanic. So from the master Titanic data frame, I'm going to put Titanic, column, cabin with a capital C. Then I'll put full stop, not NA, bracket, bracket. I'll output the head of the world's longest data frame. And let's have a look there then. So you see now all the cabin numbers are filled and I've got passenger, move that over here again. Hopefully you can see that on your screen. I've got passenger ID 2. So 2 has been taken because 1 doesn't have a cabin number. This person here is gone. I've got passenger ID 4 because that has a cabin number. So yeah, that's extracted all the rows where the cabin number has been filled in and completed. Extremely useful. And that is a little introduction of how to extract the rows from your data frame. So with those 2 videos now, video 3 and 4, you'll be able to extract the series and then the rows as you see fit. The next video is how we select specific rows and columns together from a data frame. So you'll be able to combine these 2 videos together to start extracting the relevant data. And I'll see you in video 5.